Yeah, guess who? It's Nick Dutch back on the camera again. Just discussing a few comments that have appeared since my last video. Oh dear, I mean, this is what it's like dealing with a skeptical mindset, okay? Because the skeptical mindset of this individual isn't actually broad-minded enough to be able to do any form of intellectual or creative thought whatsoever. And I'm going to be able to show this to you just through reading through what I got in front of me in the comment section, the comment discussion between me and him, and me pointing out basically where I'm coming from and telling you where he's coming from because of what he said. He starts off by saying, there's lots of charlatans, money grubbers out there, and there you are with tarot readings for money. Since tarot reading is in my view a hoax, there is no applicable usage for it except monetary gains for the tarot reader. The rest of humanity is none the wiser, which is exactly why no sane person would invest money into discovering the secret, in which case he's referring to the secret of psi phenomena, which I mentioned in the video. The comment goes on. If a scientific test had unknown influences, it is important to number 1, discard data sample, number 2, eliminate influences, number 3, retest, and number 4, full disclosure. Now, for those of you who actually remember my video about the Wiseman quotation, I've pointed out that the skeptics do actually use dishonest tactics, and the Wiseman quotation is in fact a dishonest tactic in order to fortify one particular ideology against another, because that's what it's all about. And I've demonstrated that, and I've shown it. So essentially, as far as full disclosure is concerned, the skeptics don't properly do it. So, I then reply, that's right, I said it as an entertainment service. I do it in entertainment events. I work via websites and phone lines that have entertainment licenses. Tarot is an entertainment service, which is obviously, brackets, obvious to anyone who knows the English language, brackets, I was getting a bit pissed off by then to be quite frank, different from stating that it is a scientific service. I don't sell tarot as anything else apart from entertainment. Entertainment is commercial and therefore it is charged. Sorry, what was your point again? Because, I just felt, his attitude to what I was saying was just a bit over the top. So then he then responds to me, so, you prey upon people's ignorance and superstition, or do you say, well, this is just entertainment, I don't believe in it, but hey, the money's good. How antagonistic's that, okay? So I then reply, actually, I talk people out of ignorance and I try and stop people from being superstitious, which is a fact, because with some clients, if I feel I can actually work with them to help them out and try and get them thinking straight, then that's what I will do. My comment goes on. Are you trying to say that in your utopia you would constrict people's choices of the entertainment that is available to them and that they are free to buy? You would work against the free market, free choice and free speech. Is that really the world you'd want to live in? Because of his attitude towards me, it seems very restrictive. It seems like, you're wrong, you shouldn't be doing this, blah, 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 blah. That's the way it was coming over to me. So I then basically got even more vehement at that point in this comment exchange. I mean, obviously I should have deployed a bit more emotional control, but essentially I didn't. So, he then replies, no, I'm not about limiting you, I just think it's a double standard. You berate charlatans and then perform tarot card readings in the next breath. From a skeptic's point of view, I think that you sound like an idiot or laughable. Well, in the line of work you appear to have, it is impossible to tell the charlatans apart from the real stuff, since you both provide, well, nothing quantifiable or quantifiable. It's not even really measurable, in my opinion, of course. Well, wait a second. If anyone is going to spend money on a service, they must be getting something from it. Now, if it's an intangible benefit, then it's an intangible benefit. Now, if it's emotional or therapeutic, or they just have fun, or they end up smiling, I mean, essentially, a Michael Jackson track. I mean, how many people, solve all their life problems who listen to a Michael Jackson track, for crying out loud? It's entertainment. That is, if we're just seeing this as being entertainment, which essentially is the way it is sold, and it should be sold that way for ethical and moral reasons, okay, which has been my argument all along, and I mentioned this at the end, and sometimes the beginning of my tarot shows on the Nick Dutch Tarot channel, and so on and so forth. So as far as saying providing nothing quantifiable or qualifiable, that is an outright lie. So, there was me getting even more vehement and even more, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I know it's a comment section, it's on YouTube, you know, it doesn't necessarily affect me directly, so, you know, or, you know, physically speaking, so essentially why would I be getting quite so upset? Well, the fact of the matter is I was. So then I tried to reiterate the same message of there is a difference, you know, between the two. So what I say is, okay, now I see it. Thank you for pointing it out so I can, thank you for pointing it out that you can't tell the difference between a well-advertised entertainment services that are advertised as entertainment services and science. Thank you for showing me how clearly and rationally you can distinguish between entertainment and fact. You know, this is the way I was feeling at the time, because I've been trying to explain some very good, the way I see it, important arguments and distinguishing points of view, which basically, in the kind of like a theist versus atheist debate or psychic versus science debate, basically hasn't really been gone into in any great detail. So I had to reiterate this point, and basically I was probably coming over a bit offensive, to be honest, at that point, because I was talking down to this poor person. If you're watching it, then basically I am slightly sorry for that. Not much, because I was a bit upset. But anyway, what this person then says to me in the next comment is, small dough. Okay, baby steps. Number 1, you do tarot card readings. Number 2, you berate charlatans. Number 3, charlatans perform tarot card readings. Number 4, to me, tarot card readings is bogus BS. 5, you and or charlatan services are indistinguishable to me. Conclusion, you make me laugh since you basically berate yourself. Oh, for crying out loud sake. I mean, look, ladies and gentlemen, okay? If I was to say, in this cup, okay, I've got a cup of tea, and this cup of tea can cure you of something, and I say, I'm the only person who knows it, I'm the only person who has it, I will sell you this for £1,000, and it is a fact, an actual hard and fast fact that the stuff in this will cure you of whatever disease you got. That's charlatanism. Okay, because you're promising something that you can't deliver, you're selling something as being hard and fast and factual, when basically it probably isn't quite, you know, hard and fast and factual. There might be a few issues. Okay, that would be a charlatan sale. For me to say, what I do is I talk to you on the phone or via the internet or whatever, and it is sold as entertainment. I don't want you to rely upon this 110%. It's there for fun and for pleasure, and you may get some therapeutic benefit from it, which is what other people claim. That would be honest and true, because that's honest and true. This is a big distinction. Obviously, the skeptical people in the world can't make intelligent distinctions. Maybe they're just dominated by their own hatred. And maybe it is hate reacting by an irrational fear or an irrational feeling, which is actually making this reaction against me occur. That's the way it appears to me anyway. So, when I replied to what that user said, I said, charlatans sell their service as if it was a hard and fast, incontrovertible, factual, scientific service that can bring about 100% concrete results. That's what makes them charlatans. Obviously, you can't tell the difference between entertainment service and a charlatan. Because with a charlatan, what is delivered... Sorry, let me repeat that sentence. Obviously, you can't tell the difference between entertainment service and a charlatan con, because the difference is what is promised, what is delivered, and how it is sold. You really need to think deeply about this. I've tried to explain this to you, but you just don't seem to get it. I'm through with you. Because I'm through with it. Now, I think this demonstrates to me that the skeptical mindset, okay, this skeptical mindset is thoroughly irrational. It is irrational because it's driven by emotions, and it's emotions which is stopping the skeptical individual from actually being able to think objectively and intelligently about facts, hard and fast facts about the world, alright, and the way that different things operate. You've got to be able to understand, like, genres and all the rest of that. Maybe if this individual had benefited from even media studies education, they would be able to understand the difference between different points of view and different genres. But some people can't. So this is the, skeptical mindset which I've explained to you, and I've explained to you why and how I object to it. And I think you can see here that being able to draw distinctions, being able to analyze in greater detail, is actually important when you're searching for the truth.